Lewis Hamilton just dropped a bombshell ahead of the Mexican Grand Prix. And honestly, it's one of those moments that has the entire paddock buzzing. After weeks of frustration and inconsistency, Hamilton finally sounded like a man who's found something special inside Ferrari. And what he revealed isn't just another setup tweak or random quote. It could be the start of a serious turnaround for the Scuderia. You know how Ferrari's season has felt like a roller coaster? Some weekends they're on fire, and the next it's chaos again. But in Austin, something shifted. Hamilton admitted that Ferrari may have finally cracked the biggest weakness of the SF25, that unpredictable balance that's been haunting them all year. He talked about a new setup direction that completely changed how the car behaves, transforming it from unstable and twitchy into something smooth, reactive and confident. And that's not just driver talk. You could feel it in his tone. For the first time all season, Hamilton sounded genuinely confident. He said Ferrari's technical gamble in Austin, lowering the ride height and rebalancing the suspension, unlocked a level of grip and stability that changed everything. According to him, the car finally feels alive again. That's a massive statement coming from someone who spent months chasing trust in his machinery. And now, with Mexico's high-altitude challenge right around the corner, Hamilton's timing couldn't be better. He believes Ferrari's newfound balance might actually be the key to fighting for a podium. But what do you think? Has Ferrari really found the fix they've been chasing all season? Drop your opinion below. And hey, if you love getting these quick, inside takes from the world of F1, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Your support helps us get closer to our goal of 2,000 subscribers. So, what exactly changed in Austin that has Hamilton so fired up? Because when you listen to him talk about the SF25 now, it's like he's describing a completely different car. And the truth is, he kind of is. Ferrari's engineers took a big swing that weekend. They decided to lower the ride height and completely rework the suspension geometry, which might sound like just another technical adjustment, but it's way more than that. Lowering the car brings it closer to the ground, which helps increase downforce and grip. But it's a high-risk move. Too low, and you lose stability on bumps or curbs. But Ferrari finally found that perfect sweet spot, and it changed everything about how the car reacts. Before Austin, the SF25 was unpredictable. It would snap mid-corner, slide under traction, and chew through its rear tyres faster than anyone wanted. Drivers like Hamilton couldn't fully trust it, and in Formula One, that's a nightmare. But once the new setup was tested, Hamilton said it was like flipping a switch. Suddenly, the car was more balanced under braking, smoother in the corners, and predictable when pushing hard out of turns. In simple terms, Ferrari finally made the SF25 behave like a proper race car, one that doesn't fight its driver. And that's huge, because when a driver can push the limits with confidence, lap times drop naturally. There's no second guessing, no hesitation. Every corner becomes an opportunity instead of a risk. And the biggest benefit of all? Tyre life. That new suspension setup doesn't just give grip, it helps manage temperatures more evenly. So instead of burning through the tyres, early in a stint, Hamilton can now stretch them longer without losing pace. Over a race distance, that's a game changer. Hamilton called it a breakthrough, and he wasn't exaggerating. Ferrari's data from Austin showed more consistent lap times, better corner stability, and even improved fuel efficiency. For the first time this year, everything worked together: the car, the setup, and the driver. But here's the question everyone's asking now. Can this setup work everywhere, or was Austin just a one-off? Mexico's completely different. Higher altitude, thinner air, and unique grip levels that challenge every team. Hamilton says Ferrari's already adapting their new setup for those conditions. But will the magic still hold? That's what we'll break down now, because Mexico's track isn't just another weekend. It's a technical and strategic nightmare that exposes weaknesses fast. Now let's talk about Mexico, because this track isn't like any other on the calendar. The Autódromo Hermanos. Rodriguez sits more than 2,200 meters above sea level, and that thin air changes everything. Teams call it one of the toughest setups of the year because the altitude reduces both engine power and downforce. That means less grip in corners, longer braking distances, and constant struggles with tyre temperatures. But here's where Ferrari's new setup could really shine. Hamilton revealed that after Austin, Ferrari went straight into simulator mode at Maranello, spending countless hours adapting the car for Mexico's extreme conditions. The focus, making sure their new mechanical balance and suspension geometry still deliver even when the air gets thin. And according to him, the early data looks promising. At high altitude, aerodynamic downforce drops dramatically. This sequences made den deepest kinds tintinger amam. Urai nansem, sortu ram. Urasam, you had fly more on mechanical grip, the car's natural traction through its suspension and tyres. That's exactly where Ferrari's breakthrough happened. The improved suspension and ride height adjustments now give the SF25 better traction off slow corners and greater stability under braking, even with less air pressing the car down. Hamilton said this could be Ferrari's secret weapon, especially through Mexico's tight, twisty stadium section, where precision and stability make all the difference. And that's not all. Ferrari's power unit team has been fine-tuning the hybrid system to handle the thinner air more efficiently. With less oxygen available, turbochargers work harder, and cooling systems are pushed to the limit. So Ferrari's engineers have adjusted the energy recovery and power delivery to keep performance consistent through the long straights and heavy braking zones. It's a delicate balancing act, and Ferrari seems to believe they've found the sweet spot. Hamilton's confidence suggests the SF25 won't just survive Mexico's challenges, but could actually thrive in them. He even hinted that the goal is no longer just to minimize damage, it's to fight for a podium. Still, the question remains, can Ferrari really beat Mercedes and McLaren on race pace at this altitude? What do you think? Does Mexico's layout give Ferrari an edge, or will the thin air expose new weaknesses? Drop your thoughts below. I love seeing your predictions. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into Ferrari's transformation, make sure you're subscribed to Fast News F1. Hitting that button gets us closer to 2,000 subscribers and keeps you updated on every major story as it unfolds. When it comes to race day in Mexico, strategy often decides everything. You can have the best car setup in the world, but if you don't manage your tyres or pit windows perfectly, you're done. And that's exactly where Ferrari seems to have leveled up since Austin. Hamilton made it clear that Ferrari's engineers didn't just focus on speed. They rebuilt their entire race approach. After the breakthrough in Austin, the team spent hours analysing how tyre wear, fuel loads and track temperatures all interact under their new setup. The result? A strategy package designed specifically for Mexico's demanding surface. See, Mexico's asphalt is slippery and unpredictable. Combine that with the altitude and tyre degradation becomes a nightmare. The goal isn't just to be fast, it's to keep the tyres alive longer than everyone else. That's something Ferrari struggled with all season, but now, thanks to the improved suspension and better balance, Hamilton believes they've finally cracked it. He said that with the new setup, the SF25 keeps surface temperatures under control much better than before. That means less sliding, less overheating, and more consistent grip over long stints. In other words, Ferrari can now stretch their tyre life while maintaining solid lap times. And in Formula 1, that's how you win battles over Mercedes and McLaren. The strategy department has even updated Ferrari's pit stop models. They're planning their race around two key priorities: avoiding early degradation and keeping the undercut option alive. The team believes that if Hamilton can stay within striking distance through the opening stint, they can use fresher tyres later to attack. It's a patient approach, not all-out aggression, but smart, calculated racing. Exactly the kind of mindset that wins podiums when rivals make mistakes. Hamilton himself said, "If we can keep the tyres alive longer than Mercedes, we're in the fight." And that's the kind of quiet confidence that tells you Ferrari is finally starting to think and execute, like a top team again. Now, I want to hear from you. Where do you think Ferrari will finish in Mexico? Go ahead and vote in the comments. Podium, top 5 or top 10. Let's see what the community thinks before race day. And if you're enjoying these strategy breakdowns and behind-the-scenes insights, make sure to subscribe to Fast News F1 and hit the bell icon. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and your support means everything as we keep covering F1's biggest stories with speed and detail. When you listen to Hamilton talk about Ferrari now, there's something different. A calm assurance that wasn't there before. Earlier this season, every radio message sounded like frustration. He questioned strategy calls, balance issues, even his own performance. But now, the tone has shifted. It's clearer, more focused, and full of quiet confidence. That's not just a driver talking about progress. That's a leader who finally trusts the car beneath him. Inside Maranello, that energy has become contagious. Engineers, mechanics, and strategists all seem to be pulling in the same direction for the first time in a long while. The upgrades to the suspension and the new setup philosophy didn't just improve lap times, they changed the entire mood of the team. The SF25 isn't chewing up tyres or snapping unpredictably mid-corner anymore. It's consistent, composed, and most importantly, competitive. Hamilton even described Austin as the real turning point, not because of the final result, but because it proved Ferrari could take bold risks and execute them perfectly. That's what separates a midfield team from a title contender. And as they head into Mexico, that belief is stronger than ever. But here's the thing, this isn't just about one weekend. Hamilton made it clear that the last few races of the season are serving a bigger purpose. He sees them as live test sessions, a chance to fine-tune Ferrari's systems, build communication between departments, and prepare the entire team for the future. This is Ferrari rebuilding from the inside out. He said what excites him most isn't just the car's speed, but how the team is starting to operate like a front-runner again. Efficient, confident, and united under pressure. Mistakes that once defined their weekends are being replaced with precision. And when that kind of momentum starts rolling, it's hard to stop. For fans, it's refreshing to see Hamilton this motivated and Ferrari this alive. After a year of setbacks and doubts, the SF25 is finally evolving into a real contender. The podium isn't just a dream anymore, it's a target that feels achievable. And maybe, just maybe, this is the spark Ferrari needed to begin their comeback story. So, what do you think? Is this the real turning point for Ferrari? Drop a yes or no in the comments and tell me why. I'll be reading your thoughts and picking some to feature in the next video. And before you go, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Your support helps Fast News F1 reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers and keeps us bringing you fast, honest, and passionate coverage from the world of Formula One. Ferrari might just be writing the first chapter of their new era, and if Hamilton's words are anything to go by, Mexico could be where it all begins.